What's up, comic book fans? Today we're back to the sorting and we're continuing with the Avengers Part 2. If you missed the first video where we sorted Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor, and Hulk, then be sure to check that out as well. Links for that will be in the description and, probably on the screen. So today we're going to be sorting even more Avengers, and the members we're going to sort are Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man. Of course, we will get to the Avengers Part 3 somewhere down the line and sort the remaining Marvel Cinematic Universe Avengers. And if you're curious about our sorting criteria, all of that information will be in the description as well. One final disclaimer before we get started, all members will be sorted with the Marvel Cinematic Universe in mind. Our original sorting of the Avengers left a lot of people confused because we sorted based off of the characters' comic book personalities instead of their movie personalities. So today we're going to go with the movies. If you like the comic book one more, let us know. If you like this one more, let us know. We're trying to do what you guys want. So with all of that out of the way, let's get right into it. So let's start this thing off right with everyone's favorite dead Avenger, Quicksilver. So we only have one film to find an answer to our question, but I believe if we dig deep enough, we'll be able to find it. Pietro Maximoff was born in the Eastern European country of Sokovia along with his twin sister Wanda. At the age of 10, while having dinner with his family, a mortar shell hit their apartment building, killing the Maximoff's parents and trapping him and his sister in the apartment. A second shell eventually hit near them but did not go off. The Maximoff twins were left trapped under the rubble for 2 days, staring at the unexploded shell with the name Stark Industries printed right on it. When the twins reached adulthood, Pietro and Wanda took part in riots which were organized by Hydra to drive foreign invaders from their streets. The two were eventually approached by Hydra and given superhuman abilities thanks to Loki's scepter. After a battle with the Avengers, Quicksilver begins to use his abilities as a local Robin Hood, stealing items for himself, Wanda, and the local people. Shortly after, the two are convinced by Ultron to join his cause to destroy the Avengers. And not long after that, Scarlet Witch is able to read Ultron's mind and see the horrors that he had in plan for the Earth. So the twins switch sides to aid the Avengers. Throughout the final act, we see Quicksilver continuing to help the people who cannot help themselves. This, of course, includes his ultimate sacrifice to save an innocent child, as well as Hawkeye, someone who used to be his enemy. So, in the end, where should Quicksilver be sorted? I'm torn between Hufflepuff and Gryffindor. But ultimately, I believe Quicksilver is a Gryffindor because he values his own bravery and displays it time and time again. He wants to do what is right, but was also tempted by evil for his own selfish reasons, which a Hufflepuff wouldn't easily do. He's passionate, he's chivalrous, and he had the courage to make the ultimate sacrifice without hesitation. And for those reasons, Quicksilver is a Gryffindor.
You didn't see that coming?
Up next is Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver's sister. Since she has the exact same background as her brother, we can skip that part and get right into what house she'd land in. So, throughout Age of Ultron and Civil War, we see Wanda cares deeply for people. When given the chance to end Tony Stark's life, she lets him live, where her brother, given that same opportunity, probably would have not made the same decision. After finding out what Ultron had planned for the world, she's the one who insists on aiding the Avengers for the sole purpose of saving lives. And during the events of Civil War, Wanda doubts herself. She blames herself for the Wakandan lives taken in Lagos. And while she's initially on board with the Sokovia Accords because of her own self-guilt, she is convinced by Hawkeye that siding with Captain America is the right thing to do, and she commits herself to his cause. In the end, I believe Scarlet Witch is a Hufflepuff. Her most defining and valued traits are her kindness, loyalty, and tolerance. Now, you may be thinking, loyalty? But she betrayed both Ultron and Iron Man. Well, yeah, but she's not loyal to them. She's loyal to the greater good. When she sees a situation that she is a part of that negatively affects the world, she switches sides to who is defending, not attacking. She joined Ultron for revenge against the Avengers, not to destroy the world. She joined Captain America because, despite her failing in Lagos, she knows that the Avengers are needed to keep the world safe and not be locked behind the Accords.
Doesn't matter what you did or what you were. If you go out there, you fight, and you fight to kill. Stay in here, you're good. I'll send your brother to come find you, but if you step out that door, you are an Avenger.
Now let's discuss the Winter Soldier, aka James Buchanan Barnes, and Captain America's best friend. Now, this one is tough because, as you all know, we don't see a lot of Bucky in the Avengers films. We see more of his Winter Soldier persona than anything else, but what we have seen gives us a strong case to sort Bucky correctly. In Captain America, the first Avenger, Bucky is a loyal and brave man, an honest person, and a good soldier. He firmly believes in the duty of protecting his country and is eager to test his own value. During the events of Civil War, Bucky is much less upbeat after being used as a weapon for most of his life, but is still able to share a laugh or two with his close best friend. Despite the fact that Bucky had regained his identity and former values, he still has all of that guilt, shame, and remorse for the actions that he committed as the Winter Soldier. And at the end of Civil War, Bucky ultimately decides to place himself in cryogenic stasis until he can be cured of Hydra's mental programming. So you're all thinking that Bucky is clearly a Gryffindor, right? Well, I'm not 100% convinced. He has a lot of Slytherin in him as well, which could be attributed to his time as the Winter Soldier. But in the end, I do agree that he's more Gryffindor than anything else. Despite his Slytherin traits, he's mostly admired Steve his entire life for Steve's overwhelming Gryffindor traits and aspires to be like his friend. He values everything that makes a good Gryffindor, and even though I believe he makes his choices for selfish reasons more often than not, I have to sort Bucky into Gryffindor for the same reasons that I sorted Steve into Gryffindor. For his bravery, nerve, passion, confidence, belief in justice, his chivalry, his honor, all of that. He's just undoubtedly full of all of these Gryffindor traits that he wants to bring out and show to the world.
Come on, man. Why last night? Gotta get you cleaned up. Why? Where we going? Future.
Doctor Strange is next, and this one was surprisingly difficult. Doctor Strange is no doubt a Slytherin before his tragic accident. There is just no denying that. Yes, obviously he is intelligent, a genius in his field, but he's so selfish and self-centered that I can't put him anywhere else. Before the accident, that is. But after the accident, we see him begin to transform, literally and figuratively. While initially he seeks out the Ancient One for self-preservation, which is an overwhelmingly Slytherin trait, he eventually learns that the world is so much bigger than just him. He dedicates himself to his newfound knowledge and accepts his role as Sorcerer Supreme, an almost completely selfless act. At the end of the movie, he still retains much of what made him a Slytherin, but has put aside his desire for self-preservation and his ambition to accept the role as Defender of the Earth, which is why I'm going with Ravenclaw for Stephen Strange. He shares so many qualities between the two houses, but ultimately ends up in Ravenclaw.
So I keep a watch list of individuals and beings from other realms that may be a threat to this world. Your adopted brother, Loki, is one of those beings.
It's a worthy inclusion.
Why bring him here?
And to cap off this video, we have Spider-Man. This was by far the easiest sorting of this video. Peter Parker, recruited by Tony Stark for his amazing abilities, had been using those abilities for months beforehand to keep the people of New York City safe. This is another clear transition from one house to another, but then back to the original house. In Civil War, I'd say Peter is 100% Hufflepuff. He's been using his gifts to help people, and he hid his identity to keep his loved ones safe. However, after Tony recruits Spider-Man and he gets a taste of what he thinks is real superheroing, his attitude shifts. His ambition grows, and he wants to join the Avengers more than anything else in the world. Both ambition and fraternity are very Slytherin traits, and Peter is blinded by them for the entire movie. But we all know how it ends. When Peter's at his lowest point, he decides to do the right thing. Not because he'll earn a spot on the Avengers, not because he'll be loved by everyone in the world, but because with great power comes great responsibility. He doesn't help people for the glory, he helps people because it's just the right thing to do. The friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is without a doubt a Hufflepuff.
And yeah, I would love to play football. But I couldn't then, so I shouldn't now.
Sure, because you're different.
Exactly. But I can't tell anybody that, so I'm not. Look, when you can do the things that I can, but you don't, and then the bad things happen, they happen because of you.
So that's it for sorting the Avengers in Hogwarts Houses Part 2. What do you guys think? Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? I'm pretty sure I got all of these right, but let me know what you think down in the comments. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own interpretation of what goes on the screen and what we're seeing. So let me know what you think. Remember to like and subscribe if you did like this video. Be on the lookout for Part 3. Hit that little bell so you get notified when we upload Part 3 or when we upload anything else. If you're interested in supporting the channel even further, you can check us out on Patreon. All of the links for all of that will be down in the description as well. Thanks for watching, everybody, and remember the motto, it's comics over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.